What's up, y'all? JustZay here, back again on the pickup. Today we got a super duper special unboxing. Today we got a pair of shoes coming straight from Nike. These are, of course, none other than the Nike Vomero Plus. And one of the interesting things about this shoe is that the leaks of this version came out right around the time as the release of the previous version, which was a little bit weird, but it's almost as if it was intended to be that way, to build hype for a shoe that looks very, very similar as its original. But none of that's important unless you know how it feels and how it looks. So let's get into the review. All right, so what exactly does 180 get you? It'll get you a shoe that looks just like this with a super duper ultra responsive amount of foam in the midsole area. And the tech they use is, of course, ZoomX. Now, these do like the Vomeros, but the key difference is that these are just pure ZoomX. The Vomeros are ZoomX as well as ReactX, which leads me to believe, based on how this looks and the tech they use, that this shoe is the replacement for this thing right here, the Run 3s, because these are, of course, pure ZoomX. And then if you look at the silhouette based on how this shoe is designed, it has the same incline and a premium amount of mesh at the upper. But where this shoe lacks at, this one picks up, which is right around this area. The cushion tends to run out right around here. I'm on my second pair. Still wearable, but just want to point that out. Back to this shoe. So you have the foam midsole, and on the upper you're going to have this mesh, which has this beautiful design, in my opinion. And it reminds me of the Air Max. It's giving out Air Max vibes based on the design, and it's blended with reflective right here, into reflective right here, and then reflective right here. And the tongue is reflective. The tongue also tells you that it's going to be the Vomero Plus. And then on the back, little hints of reflectability right here, lets you know Nike brand is going to be right there. And then the shoelace also has the Nike check right here, so it's Nike branding right here. And then you flip this thing over to the bottom, you're gonna have a great amount of traction and a little bit of hints of Nike branding, Nike running right here, Nike check, and just do it. All right, so as I was saying, the tech on this is different than what's on the Vomeros, and what you're gonna get is a sizable difference, as well as in the feel and even the weight. So for instance, both of these shoes are 10.5. Now, even though this shoe looks bigger, it actually weighs less than this shoe. So this is going to put you at, let's be as factual and accurate as possible. This is going to put you at 303 grams, while the Vomero 18s, same size, I'm going to put you at 326 grams. So the smaller shoe is the heavier shoe. It's maybe because it's a little bit more compact as well. Now, it's not a one for one, but they are very, very similar visually. The mesh plays a part in the difference. I like the styling of this mesh a little bit more, but I think this one's gonna be slightly more breathable. And then you're gonna get a little bit more of a boost in height with this one as opposed to this one, which I'll show you later. Traction, I'm gonna lean towards, it's hard. I'm gonna lean towards the Vomero Plus, just simply because right here, there's no traction. I don't think you necessarily need that, but this plays a part in that comfort level that you're gonna get, that bounce, the little oomph that gives you. Now, how these feel, you would just assume this would be much more comfortable, but it's not. It's not uncomfortable at all, not in the slightest. But I think if I had to choose between which of these to buy, if I'm casually wearing these. If I'm running on a treadmill, these. But if it's not a treadmill or it's not heavy concrete, hard concrete, then these are just fine. And these are also cheaper. So not a slight at this shoe at all, but these would be the ones I would wear and buy again more so than this. Unless they were the same price, then I would get these because I already have a pair of these. Pull tab's a little bit different as well. And what I want to do for you guys is next week or so, after I put about maybe 50, 60,000 steps in these, I can finally do a video where I compare the latest and greatest that Nike's put out. I did a comparison between these two already, and this way it makes it easier for you guys to see just exactly which shoe is for who, you know? Because each of these have different feels and they're both unique and great in their own way. All right, so as far as being able to slip these on with no hands, if you have these laced loosely like I do, you can do that with no problem. Oh, wait, sorry about that. You can definitely do that with no hands, but it would be a little bit easier to just use your hands. And then as far as being able to slip these off with no hands, yeah, you can do that. And then just a reminder of the Vomero 18s. At its peak of the Vomero 18s, you're gonna get roughly a little over 2 inches. You're looking at maybe 2.4. And then at its peak of the Vomero Plus, you're looking at, wow, almost 3 inches, maybe 2.8. But yeah, man, both you can slip off, no problem. And then let me show you guys the sole. So on the inside, nothing too crazy. The same inside as on the Vomero 18s, but you're gonna get this right here that says maximal cushion, and then the other one just says run. Vanilla, you excited? Got it.